Hello people, my name is Ben and welcome back for another autumn sale day. It's day 4 and possibly the best day so far, and my call has cleared up just a little bit, so it's all good. Some more Sick Kids stuff in the background and maybe some Starship Amazing. Might put some of that in there because they're really good too. As always, links for them will be in the description. Anyway, so first of all, Civilization 5 is actually not a bad game. It's actually quite good. Quite a good game for a strategy game. It explains quite a lot of things, but then it doesn't explain some other things, so you might want to look up some online tutorials or something. But when you really get into it, it's quite fun. There's no campaign or story. It's like you make your own. You generate this map, this world, and you conquer it, I guess, and make allies, make enemies, have wars. It's actually quite good, and the new hex thing that they've got going on in Civilization is really interesting. It's a ton of content there, also multiplayer as well, and for that cheap, for a Sid Meier's game, for like the newest one, then it's really good. Actually, I'm surprised that it's so cheap. You can also get the Game of the Year edition, I think, or Special edition, or whatever they call it, for quite cheap as well. I believe that's only like a couple pounds more. Anyway, next is F3R Fear 3. Anyway, God, I hate when games do that. Anyway, but actually a whole franchise sale, it seems, and the Fear games are cool. They're pretty decent. They're not amazing, but for a whole franchise sale, let's check out the prices of the others as well. You can get the whole Fear collection, which actually includes Fear 3 as well. That's actually pretty damn good. That's £20 for all 3 of those games, and also the DLC for the first 2. That's a really good deal. I would highly recommend that, because they're fun games. They're quite unique, sort of horror style games, action horror, not survival horror. That genre is dying out. It's like games like Dead Space aren't survival horror, they're action horror. Games like Amnesia, however, they're survival horror, and they are so amazing, and we'll see if that comes in one of the sales. Anyway, next one, Payday the Heist, is a fun game, mainly in co-op, of course. It's using the Source engine, so it doesn't look that great. There's some really dumb AI if you're playing single player, but you know what, if you want to play multiplayer, some friends that also want the game, and they're willing to pay for it themselves, or can be generous and get the 4-pack for that much, it's £22.50, then yeah, that's a good price. Actually, it's quite new as well, so 50% off is not bad at all. It's a Left 4 Dead style game, except it's a heist, and go from objective to objective, defending like waves of SWAT guys. Pretty crazy, but it's actually quite good. One of the best deals, Limbo. Limbo is such an amazing game. It's a great experience of a game. Not that long, but I think that's good. I don't know. If you're smart enough, which I am not, then you can probably beat it in one sitting, like your first time. But I think that's good, because if you've got a lot of time to spare, like 3 or 4 hours, then you can beat it and have a really great experience, because I think it's probably a better experience if you do beat it the whole way through, because you take it in as a whole, and it's actually a really, really good experience and a really good game. It's an action, well, not really action, more platformer puzzle game, physics based. It's pretty crazy, especially towards the end, and it's an interesting story with no real words. You're just a boy that wants to find his sister, who is stuck in limbo. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but it's really good. I highly recommend that. It's a really good game. I actually really love that game. Rage. 50% off already, and that's like a AAA title, and it's good. It's not. Oh, rage! It's a weird game. I don't know. Think of Fallout mixed with Borderlands, but with better weapons, I guess. So yeah, better shooting mechanics, I guess. Less RPG-ish because there's no like leveling up or anything. But there are some like side quests and all that shebang. But it's got multiplayer, it's got co-op. Yeah, the versus multiplayer is all done in cars, which you use to get around the world, and also races and everything like that in the game. But the competitive multiplayer is actually only the car stuff, which is quite surprising actually. But you know, either way, that's a really good price if you've been interested in that game for a while. Then now's the perfect time to pick it up because it's half price. It's only £15, which is really good for a AAA title. Cities XL thing. It's a simulation of cities, and it's 2012, and it's a city builder. It allows you to build, develop, and connect together cities and types. Cities, extra large planet. To build your cities, blah blah. Offers a huge amount. So if you're interested in building cities, then it's perfect, I guess. You know, you can do that if you're interested for only £15, $49.99. No, $14.99. Anyway, so if that interests you, then go get it, I guess. But all these other games, why? No. Anyway, the polynomial space of music. This is a seizure-inducing, crazy thing. It's weird. It's action and it's first person, I guess. It's a shooter. Unique mathematical scenery, apparently, that animates to the music. And this is not some boring mathematics. This is fractals. So yeah, and it's quite cheap, and it's actually a really unique game. So if you're interested in a cheap, unique experience to do with music, then yeah, get that. I couldn't see myself playing that with some dubstep or something, or some sick kids. More advertisement anyway. But yeah, so that's fun. That would be I might try that out. I'll give that a shot. The whole Tom Clancy franchise is on sale, and it's good. How much does it cost to get every single Tom Clancy game, may you ask? Only £36.99, £37. So that's good. That's actually really good. If you're not interested in many of the Splinter Cell games, I'd really recommend Conviction. Conviction is pretty much the only Tom Clancy game, I think, the only Tom Clancy game that I've actually ever completed. So yeah, I recommend that because Splinter Cell Conviction is a really good game. I really enjoyed it because there's a lot of things that annoy me about stealth, and that got rid of pretty much all of them. The cover was perfect, the stealth meter was perfect because it went to black and white when you're in the shadows and you're hidden. Then when you weren't, then it got all colour, and it was just really creative and really a unique take on Splinter Cell, and I hope they continue to do that because that's really good. And I'm liking the look of the new Hitman game as well. So yeah, Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings is such a good game. It's amazing. It's everything you could want in a gritty, mature RPG. It's a third-person RPG with it has the balls to do what Skyrim doesn't, I guess. It might have better graphics than Skyrim, I think. Oh no, I think the engine that they use to run it probably looks a bit better. Yeah, because there's a lot of bad textures in Skyrim, especially ones that should not be in the PC version. But this is PC only at the moment. It's going to be coming to Xbox 360 So it's got quite high graphics requirements, so you know, I would say see if your computer can handle it before you purchase it. But other than that, The Witcher 2, I've never played the first one, but The Witcher 2 is a freaking amazing game. By the stuff that I meant that Skyrim and pretty much Elder Scrolls in general doesn't have the balls to do. It's got sex, it's got really gritty violence, it's got proper nudity. I'm not saying that's a selling point, I'm just saying it really doesn't care, and it's a mature, really good game, and it doesn't pull any punches. It's just really good. It's complex, it's got a lot of loot, there's so much to love about the game. Let's see, and it's the digital premium edition as well. There's no normal version, it's just the premium version, which comes with a few other things like a virtual map. It's got other things like the soundtrack, I think, and behind the scenes stuff, and you can also get the original Witcher if you're interested in the version that isn't as good, I don't think. Then you can get that, the director's cut, for just over £3, which is very good. Okay, next, Worms Reloaded is probably the definitive Worms game, honestly, the definitive 2D Worms game. It's fun. I've only played it, I don't really care too much about Worms, but when I've got friends round and we want to just have a quick Worms game, then this is the game we go to, mainly because I don't have any others, but also because it's actually a really good game. You can customize so many options, there are loads of different map layouts. On Steam there's a load of Team Fortress 2 style things like heavy masks and pyro masks. It's really cool, and it's a really good Worms game. If you like Worms, then that's just perfect for you. So only just over £6, really worth it. Kane and Lynch franchise is on sale, and oh my god, you know, because it's so amazing. Because it's bad games, guys. I don't know, will I say get them just because they're so cheap? If you're interested in any of the others, then don't, because you'll be too busy playing the actual good games. But if you want some cheap games, then I guess Kane and Lynch 2 especially is just, it's just bad. The multiplayer is okay, I guess, but the campaign's just shy of 4 hours, and that's not good. It's not a good game. I'm sorry, I wouldn't recommend it. Don't pick it up. Anyway, what else have we got? Covered all these, I think, and we've got the Overlord Complete Pack. I think is our last one. It's an RPG. I guess you could compare it to Pikmin, I think, because you control a load of minions and such, and you can get all 3 of the games for only almost £4, which is actually an insanely good deal. So I would recommend it. I would highly recommend it if you're interested in a minion controlling style RPG that's all about being evil and such. I love being evil in games, but mainly when it gives you the choice. It's like, well, I could be really nice and this good, or I could be a total dick and do all this stuff as well. So I always like the choice of that. Looks like Limbo is on the top sellers because it's so good and it's so cheap as well. Nice to see Witcher 2 being way up there as well because it's really good. You know, Witcher 2 has been out since 17th of May, and there's a reason that that's only 40% off and that's 50% off, and it's because it's the better game. It's just a little bit better than Rage. You can't really compare them, but God, I love The Witcher 2 and I really need to play more of it, but you know, Skyrim still exists, so it's going to be a little bit difficult, and I'm sorry. I kind of prefer the combat in Skyrim. I don't know. It's difficult to compare the two, really difficult. Anyway, so those are the deals for today. Probably the best day so far. I'll probably pick a couple of these up. Obviously I've already got quite a few of them. I'm not too interested in Rage because I remember playing it and just finding it quite boring in my honest opinion. So that's like a downside to it. So if you're interested in any of the others and you're just debating between something, say like Witcher 2 or Rage or something like that, or Tom Clancy and Rage, I would say pick the other one because, yeah, unless you're debating between Kane and Lynch and Rage, because in that case, I think we know what wins. Anyway, so it's probably the best one so far, and I'm really happy with today's deals, and so should all of you guys be, especially the ones that haven't got amazing games already, like Limbo, like Witcher 2, like Worms Reloaded, like Splinter Cell Conviction. It's just one of those great days, and yes, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the music in the background. Leave me some feedback on it, like, do you like the music, do you not like the music, would you like some different music, different tracks, or no music at all? Let me know. Okay, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.